You know what they say, it's not the size that matters, but it's actually how you use it. That's what she said. Not funny? Oh. Welcome back, this is Sprues and Studs, and today we're going to have a little bit of a non-standard video. This video is brought to you by Maschinengeist, as this family member wanted to know exactly the size comparison between all the JoyToy action figures compared to, let's just say, the Warhammer 40K miniatures, as compared to, let's just say, also the McFarlane action figures that are being offered. So that is why I am creating this video. So at least I'm able to give you basically the size difference between every single one of these action figures compared to the miniatures that they're based off of. So without further ado, let's jump right on in. All right, folks. I really did not want to display my shameful gray miniatures, but I really don't have that much of a choice because I gotta show you what's going on. So first, we have our JoyToy Space Marine in front of us over here. And this action figure stands, let's see how tall it is. So this action figure stands like around 5 inches tall. And let's see how this compares to the miniature version of the Intercessor. I'll put my shameful gray model right over here. And this one stands at a diminutive, let's just say roughly 2 inches tall. And finally, we have the largest action figure of them all, which is the McFarlane one. This one won't even stand in the field of view. There you go. That is a massive, chunky one. So I will let you know with shaky camera work that this one weighs at a whopping 7 inches tall as advertised. So now you have the size difference and comparison of just normal Primaris troopers. Next up, we have a black blob. This actually is of a Space Marine Primaris librarian that does not have its arms or its head, mainly because I actually paint in sub-assemblies, so I was too lazy to glue this thing on. And this model stands at about 2 inches tall. And when you're comparing it next to its JoyToy brethren, let's see where it's at. So as you can see, here is the JoyToy Primaris librarian in all of its psycher glory. And this one also stands at roughly 5 inches tall. So let's move on to the next size comparison. And next we have another diminutive black blob, and this black blob is of a Primaris captain in GRAVIS armor with a power sword and boltstorm gauntlet. This one again should be standing at around 2 inches tall for size comparison. And this, lo and behold, is 2 inches tall. Next, I will put its JoyToy counterpart next to it, and now this should be around, again, 5-ish to 6 inches tall, probably at the height of the halo. That's exactly how tall it is. And next we shall compare this JoyToy figure with the much maligned Bandai action figure. And there you have it. That is the massive Bandai action figure next to its diminutive smaller brethren. This thing doesn't even fit on the camera screen. This guy at the top of its iron halo is roughly around 8.5 to 9 inches, so it does stand quite a lot taller than its brethren, as you can see here. As you can see, the JoyToy one barely comes up to the chest plate. And up next, we have a parade of even more black blobs. And this black blob is of a Primaris Blade Guard veteran. This Blade Guard veteran stands probably at a diminutive 2 inches tall. I'm calling it. Don't ask me how I know. And there you go. Stands at 2 inches tall. And let's put him next to his larger cousin, the Blood Angels Blade Guard veteran. And there you have the larger cousin next to him. And let's see how tall, again, this particular action figure is. This one, again, unsurprisingly, weighs in at 5.5 inches tall. And now let's move on to some larger, beefy vehicles. And here is the only painted miniature of the bunch, which is my Furioso Dreadnought. And this Dreadnought stands at a diminutive, roughly around 2 3/4 to 3 inches tall. And we already know where this is going. We're gonna put him next to his beautiful cousin, the JoyToy version. And here is the JoyToy version. He stands way taller than his diminutive little cousin. How tall is the JoyToy one? So the JoyToy one appears to stand at a whopping 8 inches tall, which is a very, very large, chunky action figure. All right, and in front of you is another shameful gray model that I have yet to paint. I'm sorry that I'm raping your eyes with this terrible, terrible display, but hey, this is a size comparison and this is all I got. So let's see how tall this Invictor warsuit is. The warsuit stands at roughly around 4 inches tall. And I already know that this is not going to fit in the field of view of the camera because it is so stinking massive. And I'll show you exactly how massive this thing is. So even if the Warhammer miniature is shifted up close, it still does not help that this Invictor warsuit is a gigantic action figure. And here we go. That is the Invictor warsuit in the back. The miniature does not even come up to the JoyToy Invictor warsuit's knees, so that just shows you how massive this action figure is. So what we are looking at is a massive, almost 12 to 13 inches tall. What a massive, massive action figure. All right, family, I hope you enjoyed this non-standard video. I kind of enjoyed making it because this is something I typically would not do, but you, the audience, requested me to do it, and I'm most happy to oblige. I'm actually curious to see the exact size and scale of the upcoming JoyToy, as well as the McFarlane action figures that are going to be coming out, especially with the JoyToy Primaris Dreadnought, and I'm sure that's going to be pretty massive. I'm also interested to see how the Outriders bike is compared to the rest of the action figures. So look forward to those reviews as well as the size comparison in an upcoming video in the future. And as usual, I'll see you all in the next one.